A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning into the Ultimate Consumer Seminar, The Skye is Within Reach, a once-in-a-decade opportunity. Tonight, our esteemed speakers will share valuable insights on the current property market outlook and help you understand why Skye at Holland is the best investment choice you can make today. Let's begin with our first speaker, Eugene Koh. Eugene is a seasoned property investor and a respected leader in ERA. With years of experience under his belt, he currently leads a dynamic team of over 550 realtors. Under his leadership, his division has clinched the ERA top division in project sales for 5 consecutive years, from 2020 to 2024. Our second speaker, Zen Low, is a group division director with ERA and a rising star in the industry. With an extensive 12 years of real estate experience, she specializes in the primary residential market and has helped many buyers identify good buys over the years. She brings strong financial insights and economic foresight to the real estate industry. Without further ado, I will now hand over to our first speaker, Eugene Koh. Eugene, over to you.
Thank you, Siyun, for the introduction. So, welcome to our ERA seminar for Skye at Holland. So, I will start off today's session first. Our title is The Skye is Within Reach, a once-in-a-decade opportunity. So, we'll be going through 3 main points today. Firstly, I will be touching on the Skye at Holland advantage, 3 investment frameworks every investor must know. After that, I will pass the time over to Zen. Zen will be touching on, firstly, the Skye at Holland sneak preview, our floor plan, our site map, and the analysis of Skye at Holland. After that, she'll be going through the most important part of the day. And the most important part is the Skye at Holland exclusive price insights. Okay, so these are the 3 things that we'll be going through. So starting off on my part, on the 3 investment framework, I will be touching on, firstly, the macro demand and supply analysis. After which, we will look into the entry price framework. And thirdly, the exit demand supply framework. Okay, so this will be on my part. Okay, so starting off, some market updates for everyone. In July, 12th of July, Lindenwoods in RCR, very strong sales, CapitaLand sold 94.5% in 1 weekend. Okay, at an average price of 2,450 per square foot, pre-harmonized, which is roughly 2,600 PSF post-harmonized. So this is in RCR. Lindenwoods is located near the Science Park and One North Enclave. And next, we look at River Green, just sometime, couple of weeks back on 3rd of August. River Green in CCR, okay, we see 88% sales. Average price is 3,130 per square foot. And of course, just like a couple of days ago, Springleaf Residences in OCR, 92% sales, average price 2,175 per square foot. So what do we see? No matter the development is in OCR, RCR, or CCR, the market has voted with their wallets. Correctly priced projects near MRT will see overwhelming demand. Okay, why is that so? Why is that current development sees such overwhelming demand? So it brings into our first framework that we are looking into, which is the macro demand and supply analysis. Okay, and with that, we will first look into, on the macro level, on the demand level, we are currently at 6.04 million population and rising. So Singapore's expanding population. We look at 2015, total population is at 5.54 million, and all the way to 2024, 6.04 million as of June 2024. And Singapore's population growth is one of the key drivers of property demand. But is this rise expected, or is this rise unexpected? So in fact, it is expected. In fact, from 2012, in the very famous population white paper, it is already said that the population will increase to counter declining birth rates. And why is that so? Because back in 2012, we have 6 working adults aged between 20 to 64. to support one elderly above 65. But at our birth rates as of 2012, the projection is by year 2030, 2 working adults to support one elderly. So it is already population growth in play, in that we will take in new citizens, okay, of course, new PR first and then become citizen, of roughly 25,000 per year to make the ratio correct lah. If not, there will be a lot of pressure on the working population for 2% to support one elderly. So it has been in place since 2012, 2013, okay, that we will take in more citizens and also more PR first and more citizens. Okay, and with that, we can see that roughly every year we take above 55,000 new citizens and PR yearly. So this is, as per the white paper, to increase our population to counter declining birth rates from 6.04 million in June 2024 to 6.5 to 6.9 million is our 2030 projection. Not confirmed yet. Okay, and this is the PR and citizens, new PR and new citizens that we have every single year. And the purple line on top is the new PR that we have every year. So you can see that in 2023, we have 34,491 new PR. And it's quite consistent through the last few years. And new citizens, we have roughly 23,472. And why is that important? Because PRs are already in Singapore. They are, before they become PR, they are foreigner. So usually they do not buy a place first, they are renting. And once they get their PR, a good number of them will turn to buy their own house, because from 60% ABSD to 5% ABSD. And of course, if we have a new citizen, it means that they can buy a first residential property in Singapore without ABSD instead of renting. So this is a group of people that generally will enter the market when they get their new PR and new citizenship. Okay, and with that, we also look at on the demand side, we can see HDB upgrader wave driving the private market. And how is that so? It is not only in the last 1 year, but it is in the last decade or even the last 2 decades that HDB, more and more HDB upgraders are switching to private homes. And their switch is made easier with rising HDB price. Last year is the first year that we clocked in over 1,000 HDB flat transaction over $1 million. And in the first half of this year, we already see $763 million flat transactions. Okay, not all of them, but some of them definitely are switching to private housing. Okay, and this higher HDB resale price creates a new pool of deep pocket upgraders chasing private homes. Okay, so this is on another plus to the private market in terms of HDB upgraders coming in. Okay, and next we look at the supply side. On the supply side, we are seeing declining new home supply. As of second quarter 2025, 18,653 unsold units, and we are on a decline. Between 2010 to 2025, we are seeing on average 32,000 unsold units. Then the next 5 years, between 2016 to 2020, 26,500 unsold units, and now 17,200 unsold units on average over the last 5 years. So what we are seeing is less new homes available for sale already. And the new home unsold units is 70% of pre-2020 levels. And why is that so? Government land sale did not drop, but on block sales went down significantly, especially as compared to 2017, 2018 during the en bloc wave. Okay, and with that, we will also look at, this is one of the key metrics that we will look at, which is declining new home completions. Okay, why? Because when there is declining new home completion, there will be fewer listings in the real estate market. Okay, and what we can clearly see is that it used to be roughly 15 to 20,000 units a year from 2014 and dipped to a low during COVID 2020, 2021. 2022, whereby prices really went up a lot because there's an undersupply of new home completions in these 3 years. And of course, it peaked in 2023. But this year we are at one of the record low, together with 2026 also low and 27. In fact, the next 4 years on average, we are roughly 8,500 units only. Okay, so in the next 4 years, we have fewer properties will enter the resale market. So there will be less listings available, or else equal. And of course, we also look at the HDB supply. HDB supply is also dropping from an average of 20,800 MOP flats coming to 12,900 MOP flats over the next 5 years on average, which means 12,900 every single year. But it's a drop of roughly 8,000 on average with the last 5 years. So with that, we can see that we also expect lower HDB resale supply. So to sum it all up, what I'm trying to say here is demand, population is going up, PR is going up, citizens is going up, HDB upgrader is going up. On the supply side, new homes supply is coming down, new home completion is coming down, and HDB MOP is coming down. Okay, so the rest you infer yourself. Why is it that the real estate market is seeing such strong response now? Okay, and next, point number 2 for my part is on the entry price framework from land bid to profit. Okay, largely it starts from the land price. Okay, and what we very often see, there's a very strong correlation between lower land cost equals to bigger buyer profits. Okay, so just for fun, so you look at Midwood and Penrose. Okay, Midwood and Penrose, both relatively near to MRT, probably less than 10 minutes walk, definitely. Midwood land price 1068 per square foot per plot ratio. Penrose land price 732 per square foot per plot ratio. They are bought roughly around the same time. So no need to answer me, just think for yourself. Were you more likely as an investor, putting on your hats as a smart investor, were you more likely invest in a unit in Penrose, or were you more likely invest in a unit in Midwood? Just looking at the land price. Okay, 1068, 732 around the same time. And then once you make your choice, you compare it with the next one, Dairy Farm Residences in OCR. Okay, 830 per square foot per plot ratio, not near to MRT. Of course, Penrose is in RCR. Okay, near to Aljunied MRT. Okay, Dairy Farm is not near to MRT, also bought around the same time. The land was sold on 17 September 2018. So now, Midwood, Penrose, and Dairy Farm, which is your choice? Okay, next we add in another one. Verdale, also sold on the same day, 7 September 2018, at 1002 per square foot per plot ratio, not near to MRT. So looking at these 4 developments, which one will you more likely invest in? Purely for investment. Okay, and I'll add in the final one. The final one is Pasir Ris A. Okay, Pasir Ris A is an integrated development in Pasir Ris, 684 per square foot per plot ratio, sold on 22nd March 2019. So the question I have for everyone once again is, which development will you more likely invest in? Purely on a 100% investment basis, which is the one and which is the two? Okay, so with that, we will see how, with that, I think it's enough time already. I'll go on to the next slide now. Okay, with that, you can see that your choice is equivalent to higher take-up rate. Okay, and the very, very clear choice is Penrose and Pasir Ris A. Okay, why? Both are near to MRT and the land price is way lower than the rest. And especially Penrose, OCR, and Pasir Ris A is an integrated development, integrated lifestyle with MRT and more. Penrose, Pasir Ris A sold 300 to 400 units on day one, as compared to Midwood 24 units, Dairy Farm 35 units, and Verdale 39 units. So somehow, the buyers in the market know, you know, when the price is right, the value becomes obvious and the sales will take off just by itself. We have access to all the data and we know which are the developments we are waiting for quite clearly. Okay, and with that, you can also see that this lower land cost translates to bigger buyer profits. From Penrose launch 15xx per square foot till just recently is 22xx per square foot. Okay, on average, Penrose and Pasir Ris it appreciated 34.5%, whereas Midwood 1006 to 1009 early this year around 18.4% profit. So clearly you can see that also lower land cost generally translates to bigger buyer profits. Okay, and now for Skye at Holland, we are the largest CCR development in terms of number of units with the lowest land price in the last 6 years. So in the last 6 years, these are the CCR plots: Wharton House, freehold, 1723 per square foot per plot ratio land, Upper House 1617, Well Hill 1515, and none of these land is lower than 1285 per square foot per plot ratio. And none of them have more than 666 units. I remove all the under 100 unit development. Okay, but even those 100 unit development, the land price is also higher than 1285 per square foot per plot ratio. So Skye at Holland, 1285 per square foot per plot ratio, and the biggest plot at 666 units. Okay, and with that, we are also a once in the decade 32% land price discount in prime Holland enclave. From One Holland Village Residences, 1888 per square foot per plot ratio in May 2018, all the way 6 years later, our land is sold in May 2024, 32% down to 1285 per square foot. Prime Holland Village site at 1285 per square foot per plot ratio is rare and clearly undervalued. Okay, looking at some resale transactions, we are priced lower than even resale One Holland Village. Of course, the first transaction 2519 is a URA transaction. That means it's caveated, everything is done. It is transacted at 3781 per square foot pre-harmonized. If you add a 6% for post-harmonized, it will be at 4008 per square foot. And we have 4 other transactions which is in our agency data, but not URA caveat yet, which means that somebody has submitted the transaction, we can actually see, but not URA data yet. But just to share with you guys, 0201 is transacted at 2733 per square foot. Okay, if on the second floor, if you add a 6% for harmonization, it's at 2897 per square foot. Similarly, 0608, 2693, add a 6% is 2855 per square foot. 2802 for this 0807 and 0506, 2727. Adding the 6% is 29 and 28. Okay, so now, if let's say Skye at Holland starts from 27xx per square foot, it means that we can potentially get a new launch unit at below resale price, because literally Skye at Holland is right beside One Holland Village. And in terms of land, One Holland Village land starts from 2018. Skye at Holland land starts from 2024. It's a 6-year gap. There's a 6-year lease. Okay, One Holland Village lease have already is like 7-year-old land. Okay, whereas for Skye at Holland is a 1-year-old land. This is what I'm trying to say. Okay, and with that, we go to my third point of the day, which is the exit demand and supply framework. Okay, and with that, I'll be touching a couple of points. Number one is about having this exit demand that is strong. Integrated lifestyle developments with MRT and more, like Skye at Holland, enjoys excellent capital appreciation, enjoys excellent demand. Okay, point 2, from young to old, consumers love Holland Village and willing to pay a premium. Point number 3 is about limited supply in One Holland Village residences as compared to 2024 TOP developments, which we'll go into detail very soon. And point number 4 is about having these 3 very powerful demand pools driving Skye at Holland's future exit. So going to point number 1, okay, about Skye at Holland being an integrated lifestyle development. We are right over here, 1 minute walk across the road, you reach One Holland Village Mall. And another 3 minutes, you reach Holland Village MRT. Okay, and this is Holland Village MRT, and this is the mall. Literally 1 minute, you reach here, almost. Okay, and you can see that integrated lifestyle developments with MRT and mall enjoys excellent demand. Why is that so? Because homeowners prioritize properties near to MRT. It gives convenience to their children, to family members, especially when they're not driving. And having a mall, it means that, you know, the convenience, the F&B outlets is just literally within walking distance. And when MRT and mall come together, it becomes a integrated lifestyle development. Having these two is the ultimate convenience for homestay. Okay, and with that, we can see that there is proven demand for this type of integrated lifestyle developments with MRT and mall. We can look at Jayden, not too long ago, 88% sales on booking day. It is also an integrated lifestyle development. Couple of minutes to Jurong East MRT, couple of minutes to the malls around. Parktown Residences, over 1,000 units sold just not too long ago. Okay, and next we can look at Linden Woods. Linden Woods is also an integrated lifestyle development. Just 1 month ago, 94% sold on booking day. So very strong demand for integrated lifestyle developments. And the market is willing to pay a premium to stay near MRT and mall. Just look at these 2 developments. Park Colonia is very near to the Woodleigh Mall and Woodleigh MRT. And Trevor is obviously further away. And both developments are sold around the same time. And both developments TOP around the same time. So similar age. Both are relatively large size developments. Just the distance to MRT and mall. So you can see that today in the resale market, Park Colonia is transacted up to 2,621 per square foot. And clearly the profits is, you know, 900,000 up to $1 million. Then next, when we look at Trevor, the market is only willing to pay up to 2,125 per square foot for similar size, also 1,000 square feet. And around the same time, you can see that the profits are lower than Park Colonia, which is an integrated lifestyle development, very near to a mall, very near to MRT. Okay, so resale buyers are willing to pay a premium for homes near MRT and mall. So the question I want to ask everyone here today is, are you also willing to pay more for a home near MRT and mall? Okay, with that, we look at our next point is from young to old, consumers love Holland Village. And how do we show that? Okay, we just compare 3 relatively new developments, One Holland Village right here, and of course, TOP around the same time is Linden Green and Hill on Holland. And of course, we can also look beyond the Holland enclave. We go to Commonwealth Towers. We go to Queen's Peak, which is very near to MRT in the west also. I mean, literally, Queen's Peak is like, you know, almost connected, or if not connected or linked to Queenstown MRT. Okay, so when we look at it, when it comes to lifestyle, Singapore chooses Holland Village. Okay, and we look at the rental transactions in One Holland Village residences, on average, $7.57 per square foot per month. We look at 1 bedroom from 4 to 500 square feet, on average, $8.66 per square foot per month. 2 bedroom, $7. 3 bedroom, $7.18, and 4 bedroom, $7.81, okay, per square foot per month. So on average, it's 7.57. And these are the number of transactions, quite healthy ever since TOP. 49 transactions of 1 bedroom, 81 of 2 bedroom, and so on and so forth. And we look at Linden Green, is also a very beautiful, personally, I like Linden Green as a development. Okay, Linden Green, also just TOP, not too far away. nearer to the Farrer Road side, but very nice Leiden address. Okay, average PSF is $6.39, and you can see one bedroom, $7.08, two bedroom, $6.03, three bedroom, $6.90, and four bedroom, $6.45. So on average is $6.39 per square foot. And we look at Hill on Holland, the market is willing to pay $6.64. Very good District 10 location, but still Singapore chooses Holland Village. They are willing to pay more for the One Holland Village residences for the Holland lifestyle. And next, even when we compare with very near to MRT west side developments like Queenspeak and Commonwealth Tower, we can see that the market is willing to pay a premium for Holland Village. And similarly, One Holland Village is this, but we look at Commonwealth Tower, it's quite close, 737, but then you evaluate the data, is heavily weighted to the one room, 182 transactions, and 96 for the two room. Whereas you can see that One Holland Village only have 49 transactions for one room. So the is abnormally high on the one room, which increased the per square foot rental. But when you look at it, one room is 866 in One Holland Village, but 779 here. Okay, two room, $7.06, 688, 718, 640, 781 for big units, and $5.70 for the big units. So clearly you can see that One Holland Village residences rental is higher. Okay, similarly to Queenspeak, $7.11, also because of a high volume of one bedroom transactions. But all in all, the market is willing to pay a premium for Holland Village. Okay, and we also look at supply, limited supply in One Holland Village residences also. So we look at TOP developments in the same time like Reef 2024, 429 units, only 94 listings. So roughly 22% of the units are on the market for sale. Whereas, make a guess, how many at One Holland Village residences? We have just under 300 units. Okay, as of a few days ago. Okay, as of a few days ago, as of 9th of August, we have only 24 listings, 8% of units on sale. And even when we compare with Irwell Hill, our friend in River Valley, okay, 540 units, there's 143 listings on sale. 26% of the units is on the market for sale. So what does this show? This actually shows that more owners are not selling their One Holland Village units, okay, as compared to Reef or even Irwell Hill residences. So very limited supply. Okay, and coming to our next point, okay, is about our final point is about having these three powerful demand pools driving Skye at Holland's future exit in our nearby vicinity. Of course, Singapore, Holland is a location. No matter you stay in the east, you know Holland Village. Growing up, we hang out there. In fact, I told my teammates that when I'm studying in NUS, I go to the Holland Village coffee shop to watch my soccer, my Premier League, okay, my Champions League. You know, I went to the coffee shop there and order a drink and just watch, and then, you know, we are just kept back to hall, right? So it brings back memories to a lot of people. Of course, my other colleagues say that they go to Walla Walla. What about you? Do you have a childhood at Holland Village? And is it a location that you don't mind staying, especially now that we have such a great pet-friendly mall just beside it? Okay, but in our nearby vicinity, we have these three very powerful demand pool that will drive the future exit, if not the entire Singapore. Firstly, it's about in this Singapore's prestigious Holland neighborhood. Secondly, south of Skye at Holland is the One North employment hub. And all around us, we are surrounded by prime HDB estate. In fact, most of the $1 million flats would be in this area already. Very prime flats right all around us. Okay, so looking at number one, Singapore's prestigious Holland neighborhood. Okay, we are in our locale, there's 5,216 prime landed properties just in front and beside us. Not the entire, I didn't even clear the other area, other part of Bukit Timah. And many of them are good class bungalows. 5,216 prime landed properties, okay, in postal code district 26 and 27, okay. And these prime landed enclaves, they are not just your neighbors. Their families are your future resale demand. And these are some of the most expensive landed homes in the entire Singapore. Just to give a context, okay, one Tan Boon Chong is 20 million. We have 32 Leedon Road at 28 million. We have this 7 Belmont Road at 40 million. We have 45 Fort Avenue at 35 million. And these are all recent transactions. You are in a locale that have no stranger to above 10 million landed transactions in this very prime Holland neighborhood. In fact, if any family decide to sell 140 million away, their families can get a few units at Skye at Holland or even one Holland Village residences. And we are also a locale that's no stranger to above 5 million condo transactions. Is it at Waterfall Gardens? Is it at Leedon Green? 8 million, 5 million, 6 million, right? 15 Holland Hill, 6 million. We have Gallup Gables at 6 million. No stranger to above 5 million condo transactions. Okay, and next we look at the one-off employment hub. Skye at Holland is right here, very near to Holland Village MRT. One MRT stop down, Buona Vista MRT, and this is where one-off employment hub is located. One-off and Science Park total up to 70,000 employment. 70,000 employment in what type of companies? In some of Singapore's largest companies by market cap. Our tech companies, our Shopee, C headquarters at One North. Shopee is at Genio, which is Science Park. We have Grab headquarters at One North. We have Wilmar at Biopolis. And Singapore Science Park alone is already home to over 350 labs, multinational companies, as well as global leading tech companies. Of course, One North even more, 1,000 over companies, okay? But just to give a context that south of us is the One North Employment Hub. And in that area, we already see very overwhelming demand and limited supply. I add up all the condo units in the entire One North Science Park. We have only 5,220 units, but with a workforce that is already going to be 80,000 when fully operational. One North is going 60,000, Science Park is going 21,000, which is why Linden Woods also see overwhelming response. But again, the question I want to ask everyone here is this. The question is, from One North to Holland Village, is whether demand for homes meets the love for lifestyle. It is not about having a lifestyle staying in One North. It's not about having a lifestyle staying, I don't know, near NUH. Okay. It's about having a lifestyle staying in Holland Village, but yet just one MRT stop away to Buona Vista, which is One North. Okay. So with that, we come to the third point. Okay, the third driver, which is Singapore's tested and proven exit. HDB, BTO, upgrader demand. Okay. HDB owners, especially sitting on huge profits, are joining in the getting private condos. And this is the trend. Okay. And just beside us, we are supported by this GIMO, this prime GIMO HDB estate. So right here is Holland Village MRT, and our location is here. And we are just surrounded by 11,832 prime flats. And how are these flats doing? As an illustration, at GIMO Edge and Valley, we have 2,573 flats, 4-room averaging 1 million, 5-room averaging roughly 1.28 million. And they are here, GIMO Edge, GIMO Valley. And our location is here, just 1 minute to the One Holland Village Mall. And there are flats there, recent transaction, 1st of August and July and June. We can see that the 4-room is anything around $1 million, up to 1.22 million, and 5-room up to $1.28 million. And next, we can just see some clusters, Dover Gardens, 1,134 flats, 5-room there only, up to 1.55 million transactions. So $1 million flats in GIMO, which most of you will have also known. Okay, we are surrounded by $1 million flats. And of course, just very near us is also the prime HDB, prime Queenstown estate. Literally, Skye residents, Skye Oasis, if you see any, record-breaking HDB flat price is likely in this area. Above 1.5 million is no stranger, 1.6 or even 1.7 million in this very $1 million flat cluster in Queenstown. Okay, 5,426. Okay, all were MOP by 2026 in this cluster. Okay, and with that, okay, exit demand framework, exit demand supply framework, we have went through about integrated lifestyle development, enjoying excellent demand. And we share that from young to old, consumers love Holland Village and willing to pay a premium, especially now with MRT and more. And very limited supply in One Holland Village residences. We are in an area with overwhelming demand, not only from the immediate locale, but also from the entire Singapore as a whole. Okay, and also limited supply. And we shared the 3 powerful demand pools in our nearby vicinity that will potentially drive Skye at Holland's future exit. Okay, so these are my 3 points that I went through: the macro demand supply analysis, the entry price framework, and the exit demand supply framework. And now comes our highlight of the day. Okay, now is the time that I need to pass the time to Zen. She will be going through with all of us the Skye at Holland sneak preview, as well as the most important, our exclusive price insights. I have seen what she's going to prepare and it's impressive. Okay, so with that, over to you, Zen.
Hello. Hold on now, let me share my slide. Okay. Thank you, Eugene, for sharing the investment framework. For those who don't know him, he's not just teaching. Okay, he's a very successful property investor. So I'm sure all of you have a lot of takeaway from him. So now for my part, I will be taking you through the sneak preview, okay, of Skye at Holland and giving you some exclusive price insight, okay, that you do not want to miss. Okay, so first and foremost, I want you to imagine this. Okay, interesting. This is an article on 12 October. Okay, you are flipping through the newspaper and you see this headline. Okay, project of the year, Skye at Holland sold over 90% in just one weekend. Okay, the question is not whether Skye at Holland will sell. Okay, based on its strong attributes, Skye at Holland will sell, and it will definitely sell very, very well. Okay, but the question is, will you be able to get a unit? Okay, so let me start with the sneak preview of the project. Okay, let me start with some of the project informations before you decide whether this is the project that you want to go in. All right. So Skye at Holland is actually a joint venture by our 4 Singapore most popular and trusted developers. We have CapitaLand, UOL, Singapore Land Group, and Kang Leong Company. Okay, the site was bidded last year, August. So this is actually a harmonized project, meaning the aircon lecture is not included in the gross floor area. Okay, the development consists of 2 blocks. We have block 2 and block 6. And we are 40-story high. All right, we have 2 level of basement car park and also 2-story of car park. Okay, so in total we have a 666 unit, a nice number. Okay, we have 2 to 5 bedroom. Later we will share, and also we have a good team behind the project. Okay, so let me share with you stuff from a unit mix. So now let's look at this unit mix, right? We actually do not have a 1 bedroom. Our smaller units, right, is actually a 2-bedroom at 581 square feet. All right, it is a 2-bedroom with 1 bathroom. Next, we will have a 2-bedroom premium. All right, we have it's a 2-bedroom with 2 bathroom, size at 667 and 678. Then we have a 2+ study This is our show flat layout. From there, the range goes all the way up to the 5 bedrooms units. So all the 4 bedroom and larger units actually come with the private lift. Okay, so the show flat we actually showcasing 3 types. So we have a 2-bedroom premium. We have 2-bedroom premium plus study, 732 square feet, and then we have 3-bedroom premium and also the 5 bedrooms unit. So I have been there to the showroom, and honestly it is very impressive. So now the official floor plan are not out yet, okay, but don't worry, we have done our homework. We sketched out the layout right from what we saw and what we remember. So tonight you will still get a clear sneak preview of how the space actually look and feel. Okay, so this is a 2-bedroom plus study layout, 732 square feet. It is a very efficient dumbbell design. So as you enter, you will find a semi-enclosed kitchens over here, and then the dining and the living in the middle. All right, and then we have the bedroom on the both sides. The common room, right? Oh, our common room is actually minimum 9 square meter. When you see 9 square meter, it simply means that it is big enough for a queen size bed. No worries, all right? So in the master bedrooms, right, there is an extended study area, which you can work as a multi-function space depending on your needs. Okay, these floor plans, right, it is just a draft. And it's not drawn to scale also, but Aga is like that. Okay, so the dimension is not final also, but all these is actually what we remember, and we sketch it out for you to see. Okay, then we have a 3-bedroom premium unit, 1,076 square feet. It's actually come with both a dry and a wet kitchens, plus a yard and a household shelter at the back. So you have extra storage area. The living and dining areas are very spacious. It is very, and you do not have a big balcony. It's just the right size of balcony of the living room. And all the 3 bedrooms, right, are actually proper size and faces the same directions. So the units actually get plenty of natural light. So even a bathroom you can see actually come with the windows, so you will get light and ventilation everywhere. Okay. So the next is actually the 5 bedrooms unit. Okay, this 5-bedroom unit is very spacious, 175 square feet. Sorry, and it is a positions the best facing unit. Okay, so this unit actually enjoys the most premium view. Usually developer will place the bigger side of unit at the best view locations, right? So it is actually overlooking to the Good Class Bangkok Landed Enclave. All right, so it comes with a private lift. Okay, and when you turn to the left side, you actually see a living space, which is a 6-meter length over here. It's actually a very nice landscape living space, something many people love lah. All right, and then we have a lifestyle kitchens, and you have a central islands in the middle. Okay, then you will have a yard and household shelter as well. Okay, on the right side you have all the 5 bedrooms. All right, all the 5 bedroom is direct access to a bathroom. Okay, the master bedrooms at the corner with a walk-in closet and a bathroom with double sink over here. So also all the windows at every corner, so the unit actually enjoying the very good ventilation and also the lighting to the unit. So we only seen these 3 show flat, so we wanted to share with you how is the space look like. Okay. And we do not have the official site plan yet. Okay, so what you see here is also drawn based on what we see the show flat lah. Okay, we put in the effort, so because we want you to have the first-hand informations. Okay, it's actually 2 blocks of units over here, Majestic Tower. Northwest, these directions, right, you are actually faces the landed houses. while the other side is southeast unit, southeast facing, and join the landed and also the city view. Later I will share more about the views. Okay, the main entrance is actually coming in from the Holland Village Way, which is just opposite the mall itself. And there are 3 side gates. You can see this and this, and this are actually the side gates for you to easy access to different way. For this, you can connect to the sheltered walkway to the MRT. From here, you can cut through to the rear corridor. Okay. And then on the level 1 itself, right, this area, okay, there is a 2-story of good class bungalow. Okay, it's actually good class bungalow inspired lah. It's a clubhouse. So with 3 function rooms over here. The indoor gym is huge, about 140 square meter, double the usual size you see elsewhere. Then there is also a lawn area that you can actually use for host your functions. Take note, all these are not drawn to scale lah. Okay, just let you to visualize how the project will look like. Okay, we also have a big kids pool, playground, pet area, and so on the level 1. Okay, so on this side, right, actually the project is elevated with the first unit starting from level 4. Okay, on the level 3 itself, actually we call it E deck. So you at the right side here, you can see you will find 2 pools, including a 50-meter pool over here and another pool in between the tower itself. Okay, there are also a private gym, a yoga room, so you can bring a personal trainer, and also a resident lounge lah. Okay, so you will see more of this facility when you visit the show flat. Okay, so for parking, okay, it is 100% 1-to-1 ratio. So as you know, very rare in the current market. Usually in the market right now is 80%, 60%. A lot of one-off development actually 40%. All right, and also fully covered at the basement, and also we have 2 levels of podium. Okay, so this is our direction of units. Okay, so let me show you some of the artist impressions of the development. This is a Arrival Plaza, and we have a 15-meter lap pool on the E deck itself. Okay, so next up, let me introduce the award-winning team behind Skye at Holland. The first one is actually the developer itself. Okay, buying a developer actually is very important, and they are very experienced, reputable, and branded. Okay, they are known as top-tier developers in Singapore. The first one is CapitaLand. Okay, one of the Singapore biggest and most trusted developer. Many iconic development like Canning Hill Piers, you know, the round buildings, One Pearl Bank, and also they are also the master developer of Singapore Science Park area, right? Okay, then we have Keng Leong. Keng Leong is actually a private property investment arms of We Family, also who owns the UOL group lah. So it actually carries the same reputation. But Keng Leong usually they do high-end developments like Nassim Park, Residences, Mayor House, and the recent project like 21 Anderson, entry level is minimum 25 million, and 32 Gilstead, minimum entry level is 15 million. Okay, so the next is UOL. UOL is no stranger lah. I believe all of you know about them. Okay, very experienced developer. Okay, long list of award to show lah. Okay, so some of their recent project, including the Upper House in a very prime area in Orchard Boulevard. Okay, launched last month, and then we have Park Town. Okay, early this year, and we have Mayor Blue last year, Wharton House, Pine Tree, and Armour Residence. And Armour, and all of which, right, they are actually achieved a very, very outstanding result during the launch. Okay, they are also expert. They are expert in building twin tower. Okay, so many of their project, right, feature this design like Avenue South. Okay, over 1,000 units, and like Clairvont, Armour Residences. and the 3 tower at Pine Tree Hills. Okay, their next will be at Skye at Holland. Okay, so designed to the highest standard they are known for. All right, on top of that, they have a masterpiece collections with developments like Wharton House. Okay, we launched in 2023, and Mayor House and Nassim Park. So exclusive that even in the resale market, they are hard to find. Nobody want to sell. They are the masterpiece collection by UOL. Okay, and since UOL is the leading developer in Skye and Holland, so let me share a little bit more. They are also the BCA Band 1 rating developer. There is a rating 1 to 6 lah. So they are actually ranked number 1. Okay, so they actually give you a full confidence in their work. Okay, and this means you can trust their every details. All right. So your investment is very secure. Okay. And also your out developers, right, is someone that truly create value for their buyers. They have consistent performance, okay, and proven result. Over the past 5 to 6 years, every UOL project launch has recorded 0 unprofitable transaction. A perfect 100% track record. So simply means that buying directly from UOL firsthand during the launch means you are very, very likely to make good money. Okay, so they don't just build well-like development, they also price their project fairly, always leave the value for their clients also. Okay. So UOL project, right, they also don't just perform, they outperform. So just showing one of the example. There are many examples. I'm showing one example like Tech Principal Garden, actually in the Queenstown Red Hill area, launched in 2015. Compared to the neighbor project, right, it's the Crest, also launched in 2014. Principal Garden did so much better. It achieved 30% profit. Okay, while the Crest is only made 18% over the same period. That is a UOL difference. All right. So also proven demand for all their project launch, very welcoming and also very popular in the market. All right. So next, we are also proud that Skye at Holland is actually curated by this landscape consultant Henning Lassen. So you might not heard of this name, but they are the one who designed for our Istana lawn, okay, and iconic space like Jurong Lake Gardens. Okay, isn't it amazing to have the same landscape consultant for your home gardens, right? They are also we are also having this P&T group as our architect. Okay, they do a lot of iconic project like Reflections, Marina Bay, and the Seal and Marina Bay area. Okay, and also our builder, not only for our architect, our builder, okay, Wall Hub also ranked number 1, band 1 under this band 1 category. They have the good portfolio. Jewel Changi Airport is done by them. Garden by the Bay, Reflections, many iconic portfolio. So you truly have the best team to do your future home at Skye Holland. All right. So the next, I want to talk about the location. Eugene has mentioned a lot of things for the location itself, a project that a location that everyone love it, right? So it is also an address that have it all. Okay, not only the memory itself. So I will go through these few points with you. Okay, so the first things, right, I want to share the quickly run through the details in case you're not familiar, all right. So Skye Holland is actually located in one of the Singapore most sought after area. It's a core central regions, District 10. We are actually over here. All right. So looking at core central CCR performance, in short form we call it CCR, over the past 10 years, it's actually shown a very healthy growth of 66%, which work out to about 6.6 annual growth. Okay, so for those, right, who are thinking of buying the CCR, you might wondering which district to choose. There are so many districts in CCR because buying a CCR property is a dream for many lah. Right, so CCR has many districts, but the data here shows that District 10 consistently outperform the rest. okay, deliver the highest return over the years. And why? Why District 10 outperform? Because District 10, right, is considered one of the is considered the safest investment in CSR due to it has a very strong local demands. Like Eugene show you what are the neighboring, it also a home to 33 out of 39 good class bungalow in Singapore. We have a total 39 good class bungalow cluster in Singapore. We are so close to 33 out of them. Okay, and many of the established Singaporean family live here. So that's why it is when the place that have a very strong local demands, it delivers the return, it delivers the popularity also. Right, so with such a prime and stable demographic, District 10 outperform the rest of district in CCR. Okay, so if you look at this little red dot, right, this is Skye and Holland. It is right next to the Britishers neighborhood, actually bordered by Bukit Timah landed home and also GCB enclave. Right, the purple colors actually the purple highlight shows that the 39 GCB that I mentioned, 39 GCB cluster, okay, in Singapore. Right, located directly at the Holland Road. It is super central and connected. Actually, when you hit east, okay, along this Holland Road, right, you will reach Dempsey in 5 minutes. Okay, and the Orchard shopping belt is actually within 10 minutes. And I don't think you need to go through like a lot of jam along the when during the journey to the Orchard area. Okay, it is just along this Holland route. And the CBD is just minutes drive via the AYE over here and short drive to One North and Buona Vista. So for the nature lover, right, we have you are covered lah. Okay, we have a botanic garden, it's just 5 minutes away, and the real corridor, okay, is right next door. Later I will show you the location. So it is a truly a lifestyle destination also, where everything you need right at your doorstep. Okay, so for those who are not familiar, let me dive in a little bit. Okay. Oh, okay. So let me share a little bit Holland Village, right? Because Holland Village, it actually has come a long way. Okay, back in the area history itself, right? Back in 1950, it was a quiet community for British Army family and also the local shopkeepers. Okay, a charming mix of cultures. All right. Over the years, it actually has transformed into a vibrant hotspot we know today, packed with cafe, bar, and boutiques. And many of us have memories, okay, at the street over there, right? Yuala Vala, this is a bar that everyone knows. Okay, so for many, it is more than just a location, it is where the memories are met. Okay. And most importantly, I feel that Holland Village always have a very spatial place in Singaporeans' heart. That's why it remains one of the most desirable address, okay, today's. So because it is so close to everyone's heart, all right. So I quickly run through the Skye at Holland's, like Eugene mentioned, it is just a 5 minutes walk through the Holland Village MRT. It is about 90% sheltered. Okay, you just cross the road, you will reach the mall, and then you can cut through here to the Holland Village. If not, we will have a side gate over here. You can actually lead you down to the another entrance of the MRT. Okay, it is actually the Circle Line. Okay, like its name is actually right at the center of Singapore map. It connects you across to different MRT line in the city. 1 stop to Buona Vista, East West Line, 3 stop to Botanic Garden, and so on. Okay, so Circle Line has many stop as well, but Holland Village, by the name itself, it is already very special. Okay, so right to the Skye at Holland's, right? This is actually One Holland Village Mall. Quite a brand new mall. They just opened not long ago. It's already very super popular and packed almost every day. It's also one of the Singapore largest pet-friendly mall. That kind you can bring your dog into the cafe. That kind, all right. If you are not familiar, right? Here are some of the brand that you know. You'll find Toastbox, Watsons. You'll find Crystal Jet. You know, Starbucks, Guardian, and also the cold storage is there. Okay, so just across Skye Holland, you will have a cold storage. Okay, not only the mall, okay, you have other famous you have all the amenities like the famous Holland Village Street, which come alive at night, all right, with bar, drinking spot, and Korean barbecue. And you want to have a local food, okay, there is a hawker center and also the wet market over here. Okay, for this location, even the banks are there. It's not just one banks, you know, it's just like all the banks like DBS, UOB, Citibank, and more are all within your walking distance, like 5 to 10 minutes, that kind. All right, there's also another cold storage over here, Holland Road Shopping Center. So if you can't find in the one in one Holland Village, you can find your things in another cold storage. Okay, so right across here is actually Chippy Gardens. Okay, a lot of cafe, you know, Keong Siap Bakery, a lot of things over there. So you literally have everything, okay, you need, okay, within 5 to 10 minutes walking distance. This is how amazing in these locations. Okay, then for those who like to love to exercise, look at this. Actually, Skye Hollands, right? You cross the route, it is over here. That you cross the route, it is actually the real corridor entrance already. It's literally, many developments say they are near to real corridor, but where are the entrance, right? So this is just literally cross the road. Within 2 minutes, you will reach the real corridor. It looks like this. All right, so it's perfect for morning jog, cycling, weekends, or with a family. Okay, and also we are just 5 minutes to the Singapore Botanic Gardens, a world famous tropical garden and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Okay, so nature, greenery, and convenience, all right at your doorstep. Not only that, like I mentioned, this, like Eugene mentioned also, this area very limited supply. And why? Because Bukit Timah area is famous as Singapore's educational belt. In Chinese we call it 学区房, right? So with top school from primary school all the way to university, is all here. Okay, that's why you rarely hear people wanting to move out of Bukit Timah, because their kids from primary to university is all within this area, this vicinity. All right. Okay, so next I will talk about one of our biggest highlight of Skye Holland is actually the view. Okay, super rare in this location. Other than one Holland Village residences next door, the one is by Far East, right? Okay, we are the only private condo with stunning $1 million views like them. All right, so it's actually overlooking. This one is actually the artist impression from the developer. So from here you can see both tower, right? Actually very clever. They're cleverly angled, one towards the northwest facing and the other one towards the southeast facing. Okay, northwest actually open up to the exclusive GCP enclave and the lush greenery. Okay, and you can see Bukit Timah here right in front. Honestly, I think the view is something photo can't do justice. It is really very nice. Okay, on the southeast side, you will see all the way through one Holland Village. And then you will see Holland Village itself, the low-rise Holland Village, and then Botanic Gardens. Then on the high floor, you can see Marina Bay Sands. Okay, so this is toward this direction. Yes, there's actually a HDB in front of these directions over here, but it's actually quite far away. Plus, our block 6, this one, right, is actually smartly tilted towards the southeast area. Okay, so to maximize the views. Okay, then you will see we are actually superimpose it, okay, for the BTO map over here. So you can see the block are actually tilted in such a way that you won't be directly seeing each other. All right, we tilted to the southeast area. Plus, it has a good distance. Okay, so for one Holland Village, it's actually just a 7-story high. So above that, you will have a very clear view already. Okay, open views. So just some views for you to enjoy. And this is toward the northwest, taken from the Google Earth itself. And this is to the Marina Bay area. And this is taken from the One Holland Village residences towards the unblocked landed views. Okay, and the best part is actually not only the views lah, it's also the privacy. You do not have any other unit looking into yourself. So the official drone views, right, will be shared by the developer very soon, and our ERA advisor will send to you when we got it. Right, then you can slowly enjoy it. Okay, all right, let's move on to the last part, the most exciting part that you have been waiting for. Okay, so we have put together some estimated guide price for each type of unit. But just to be super clear, this is not official pricing. This is based on our best sensing from the developer. Okay, so we are looking at the possible starting price from around 2007 onwards. Okay, and if we are lucky enough to see 2006, wow, really a bonus. Okay, a super attractive price. All right, for a high-rise development like this, right, with this starting price 2007, that also means even for the mid-floor unit could still be around 3,000. Okay, so let me break it down in terms of quantum. 2-bedroom, we are looking at starting from 1.5x million. All right, 3-bedroom starting from about 2.4x million. 4-bedroom from about 3.3, and the 5-bedroom around 4.7 millions. These are the starting price that we are looking at. So how does this starting price compare compared to other available unit in the recent CCR, RCR, and OCR launches? Okay, so you take a look. Our 2-bedrooms, right, from 1.5x million onwards. Okay, here are the list of CCR project compared to CCR now. Okay, here are the list of CCR project. And River Green launched last month at the River Valley area. The lowest entry price is already 1.75 million now if you want to get a unit right now. Okay, Upper House is at the Orchard Boulevard, 2.3 million. Robertson Opus, 2.24 million. Oriel, okay, 1.765 million. So if you want to enter CCR at 1.5x million, it is almost impossible elsewhere in CCR. Okay, same for the 3-bedroom, our starting price is 2.4x, while everywhere else you are looking over here is 2.9, 3.1, and the cheapest you had at the best is Oriel. This is the former Golden Mount. Okay, 2.6 million. Even for the 4-bedrooms, our starting price is 3.3x million. Our 4-bedroom is 1,238 square feet. All right, compared to the cheapest right now in River Green, it is 980 square feet. Okay, compared to the rest, okay, it is really nowhere near lah. So remember, Skye Holland is not a small boutique development. All right, it is a full-size development in a prime location. Some other CCR developments here, some are the boutique development. Okay, so Skye Holland actually really stand out as one of the best quantum entry opportunity right now. So could this be the only chance to enter CCR at this price point? Okay, think about it. Okay, then you might say it is okay. I don't need to buy into CCR. I will just buy in the city fringe area. But let's see how it really compare. Okay, take a look of the recent RCR launches. We have a Promenade Peak. Okay, just launched last month also. This is District 3. Cheapest 2-bedroom right now available units, right, is 1.87. Okay, we have one Marina Garden, the lowest you can find right now near to MRT 1 is one Marina Garden, 1.81 million. Union Square, 2 million, and even in RCR, really nowhere near to 1.5x million. Okay, in RCR also nowhere near. So even our 3 bedroom starting from 2.4, except for one Marina Garden is the same price. The rest, right, it is about 2.8 million, 2.9 million. So we almost give you 400,000 headrooms versus other similar RCR project. So ask yourself, this is a rare inversions where CCR is cheaper than RCR. So as a smart investor like you, I think Skye Holland present an obvious value, right? So really it is a value buy if we are really launching at this kind of starting prices. All right. So earlier on, I compared to the CCR and RCR project. Now I got even braver, okay, to against OCR project, the one outside the central regions. Okay, here are the list of selected launches. I'm picking up those near MRT for a fair fight. Okay, so we have Alta at Clementi, we have Park Town Residence at Tampines, we have Chuan Park at Chuan Grove area, Hill Haven at the Hillview area, and also Jayden is located at Jurong East, Lentorian in Lentor area, and Norwood Grand is actually located at Woodlands. Okay, so our 2 bedroom starting here is 1.5x, right? So the cheapest option is actually in Hilllock Green, so it's about 1.6, so it's about the same price. All right, for 3 bedroom we 2.4. Okay, the cheapest option is 2.1, but other than that it is all 2.4, 2.5 and 2.6 million. If you want to get a 3 bedrooms, okay, at 2.5 million, 2.6 million, you can look for all these developments, right? But what does it mean? Okay, if you can pay the same quantum, okay, 2.4x million, would you rather get Skye at Holland or would you rather get an OCR project? Okay, so it is I would say it is an obvious choice, right? But just because it makes sense, okay, just because it makes sense doesn't mean that you will definitely secure a unit through ballot. So here I wanted to share a little certainty secret with you, okay? How to find certainty to get the price that I want to get the unit as Skye at Holland. Okay, so we have priority booking, okay, before thousands of people rush to buy a unit. Okay, this is multiple purchaser priority. So do check with your family. If anyone in your family is looking to buy, you can come in together. Okay, of course there are limit. It cannot be your my boyfriends, my girlfriend, my godma, you know. Okay, it has to be a relationship that can be proved, okay, by birth cert and so on, right? So we haven't confirmed yet if it will be the 1 tier or 2 tier. Okay, but 1 tier is confirmed lah. It's an immediate family. So you can check with your parents, your brother, sister, your sibling, your children, you know, husband and wife. Okay, all these are tier 1. Okay, check with them. So this is a golden opportunity to get a unit before others. Okay, so this is a certainty. Okay, so next I want to continue to share about the price. So just now I shared the available unit price in CCR, RCR, and OCR, right? And compare them to Skye and Holland. Now I want to talk about what people are actually paying. Okay, what people are actually paying in the market right now. The transacted price, okay, the transacted prices in some recent project. All of them all here are near to MRT one. Okay, the simple term is this is what the market has already accepted price. So look at the 2008 to 3000 range, right? People are paying this money for which project? For AAPT at Beauty World. They are paying for Chuan Park, OCR project. They are paying for the Ori, okay, at Toa Payoh. And Promenade Peak is also a District 3 developments. They are paying 2008 to 3000 for all these developments. Okay, River Green, buyer accepted mainly 3000 to 3003 per square foot. Okay, Premium CCR project like Upper House transacted mainly 3,001 to above 3,005 per square foot. Okay, these are not just one transaction. There are multiple transactions that you see here. Means people already paid for this per square foot in the market. All right, people, what the market has already accepted. Okay, this per square foot. So here are the some thought to share. So when other are paying 2,008 per square foot to 3,000 for OCR, for RCR, what does it mean for you? Okay, if you enter Skye of Holland below 3,000, I think you can find the obvious value here. All right, can I also extracted some OCR development and RCR development near MRT one, only near MRT one, because I want to have a fair comparison. Okay, like Chuan Park, Grand Diamond at Dakota, Jayden and Jurong East, One Marina Garden, Linden Woods at Science Park, 8 at BT at Beauty World, and Oriole is the former Golden Mile. Okay, their maximum per square foot, right, is already crossed over 3,000. It's already crossed over 3,000. Okay, some in we actually calculated in the harmonized calculation. Okay, these are the prices people are it's already transacted in the market. Okay, now we have Skye Holland at 2007 plus. Okay, keep reminding. Okay, so my last point of my presentation will be Skye Holland versus the upcoming launches. Okay, so my last point already. Okay, so agree that the land price set the selling price, right? Now low land price doesn't mean the developer will sell cheap. Okay, but it's an opportunity. Okay, because high land price they definitely cannot sell low. They are not a charity, right? So Skye and Holland's UOL, okay, they actually bought last year at 1,285. Okay, 1,285. Now look at the market. This year March, this year March, right, Xinhai actually got bidded for a very hot site in Beizhou at 1,388 per square foot. Okay, expected selling price around 2,008 per square foot onwards. Last month, the land at Chuan Grove actually is diagonally opposite Chuan Park, gotten it at 1,376 per square foot per plot ratio. Expected selling price is 2,007 per square foot. These two land are actually bidded this year, and they are outside central regions locations. Okay, so you see the point. You see the point that Skye of Holland's the land price is so much cheaper than the upcoming outside central region launches. So honestly, I would say we might never see this opportunity again. Okay, so could this be the final plot of CCR land with MRT and with more and at this kind of land prices? Okay, so and why do I say this is your final chance in CCR, right? Because just look at how developer have bidded, right, for CCR land this year. Just now it's OCR land, now it's CCR land. Okay, Dunyan's Route. Okay, Dunyan's Route, Fraser just bidded in June. Okay, and with this price of 1,410 per square foot, 1,004 per square foot. Okay, and another land. Sorry. And another land at Holland Link. Do you know where is Holland Link? Holland Link is actually in between the Bukit Timah area. Okay, behind the Bukit Timah, behind the 6th Avenue area, there's an empty plot of land. Okay, very big. Okay, the developer actually bidded the land. Okay, but at this price, 1,004. It is not even near any MRT, just bidded in July. Okay, so in Skye and Holland, the land we secured last year is only 1,285 per square foot per plot ratio. So do you see where I'm going? Because this could really be the last chance that you can enter CCR. okay, at this kind of prices. Because upcoming one with the construction cost increase and so on, they will not sell you cheap. Okay, so one day when you look back at this Skye at Holland, it's either, oh, glad that I got it, or I wish I had. All right, so my last part before I wrap up, let me quickly walk you through the timeline and more importantly, what action you should be taking right now. Okay, now you should be meeting out with your ER agent who invited you to this seminar. Okay, to go through your financial plan, okay, how you should actually structure your portfolio, whether you should be start selling your property, okay, or what other action you should be taking before the booking day. End of September, we are targeting 26. We will open the show flat for preview for about 2 weeks. And then you will need to get ready the necessary documents, okay, to register a balloting ticket. Okay, then on 9 October, balloting day, this is a day you want all the luck you can get, okay, because it decides your booking sequence. So of course, if you want to get a certainty, like I say, okay, get your multiple purchase to enter into priority queue. Okay, so on 11 October, it will be booking day, the day you put down the 5% if you manage to secure a unit. So on the 12th October, what is that? It is the newspaper highlight. Okay, Skye and Holland sold over 90%. Okay. So thank you very much for joining us today. I have ended my session. So you please do reach out to the ER agent who invited you. And most importantly, you take action now. All right. We're looking forward to welcoming you at the Skye at Holland show flat. Thank you very much, everyone.